How you doing, YouTube? Today we're back with a brand new video. Okay, so in today's video, we're back to the job we were on last week. We boarded a load of ceiling, stuff like that there, and this week we're going back to skim the upstairs. We're going to hopefully do it in 3 days, so I'll see you when we get to the job. Okay, so we've arrived on site. We filled our buckets of water and stuff. We're going to skim this ceiling, that ceiling, and hopefully a couple of walls. So we're going to get stuck in now. Okay, so I'm actually going to talk you through some of the things that we're doing here as we do them. So when we're scrim taping, we want to use 4-inch scrim tape around all the angles. So that's where the plasterboard meets the old wall. So basically where the ceiling meets wall, whether it's an old wall, old plaster wall, or the wall has been plasterboarded, where it meets, you're best using 4-inch scrim. And then in these joints here in the center of the ceiling, so where board meets board, you're better off with 2-inch scrim, but you can use 4. There's a lot of people use 4. I'm using 4-inch scrim here, so you can do it. You also want to make sure that there are no folds in your scrim. So when you push the scrim into any joints, you want to use your finger and make sure that it doesn't fold anywhere. If it folds, it will actually show through the plaster, and you'll end up having to cut a big chunk off the scrim tape out. So get it right the first time and save yourself the hassle. Also, if there's any gaps that are too deep, I would say maybe over 1/4 to 1/2 inch, don't scrim over the top of them, because your plaster will likely pull the scrim tape back off the wall.
Okay guys, so you've seen we've prepped the ceilings. What we've done to prep them is we have used scrim tape. We scrimmed all the angles, and then we've also PVA'd a few of these walls. We're going to hit the two ceilings and try to get some walls with us. So going to get started.
So as you can see here, we're filling any of the joints. So when we're doing sort of anything over plasterboard especially, we'll fill all the joints. The reason we do this because there's a groove in the board on the plasterboard where the joint is, and you need to fill it out first. Then the second thing we do is we'll go around and we will put a drop of stuff and curve it around this angle. It's like a hipped ceiling here, so we'll always curve it first. Make sure with your first coat that you get it as flat as possible. If you have a speed skim, I would advise to use it on your first coat, and especially your first coat. The quicker you can get it on and straightened, the better for you. When I'm putting on ceilings, I work in about 1 meter square sections. So every meter square I'll fill that in and then I'll move on. And you can see I've done one half of the ceiling sort of 1 meter out, and then I'll do this side of the ceiling 1 meter out again. And this is a good way to make sure that you cover everything properly. It's more important the second coat because you can't really see what you've done with the second coat, so it's a good way to keep yourself right. If you ever get a ceiling where you can't reach the middle, if you go 1 meter out the whole way around, and you just do the same thing in the center, you can just, like you see here, and just bring it from one joint to another, just 1 meter out. Here you can see we're using the speed skim. This allows us to get a metre wide, a nice flat bit of ceiling. It takes all the lines out and saves you so much time. Use this on your first coat and second coat, but just keep in mind on the second coat that you don't take any plaster off the wall or off the ceiling. You just keep it nice and flat. Another good thing to keep in mind with these speed skims is that they always hold the handle. Don't let your fingers touch the blade, because you can actually pull lines in your work. ceilings are a good place to see how much you can actually put on. So because ceilings are really easy to do if you are used to them, and especially if you can use stilts or you're good off a hop up, you can really put on the meter each with ceilings. I do these 2 ceilings, and I could have far easily done a third comfortably. So you'll see that I actually put a few walls on here as well, and the 2 walls would have been equivalent to another ceiling a similar size to this one. When we're skimming walls, we're going to make sure that we do the same process as the ceiling. We're going to work in sort of a meter squared area. We're going to fill that in, and then we're going to move on to the next part. When going over old walls like these, be sure to use PVA, but your best option is SBR. I SBR'd every wall in this house, and it was really good. The good thing about SBR is that you can paint it on every wall, and that's you. You don't have to worry about it again. Where with PVA, you have to get over the PVA while it's still tacky, so still sticky to the touch, and it means that you're having the PVA before you skim every wall basically. So SBR is good. You can just put it on and leave it. With our second coat, we're going to be a lot tidier, so we're going to slow down and we're going to take our time. You can see here the lines aren't as bad on the second coat, and this is because we're trying to keep it as flat as we possibly can. So if you're new to plastering and you're worried that the stuff is going to get away from you, doing it slowly and making sure that it's tidy is the best way to keep yourself right. As you can see here, we're leaving very little lines. We're working a lot slower, and we're basically leaving it as flat as we can. You'll see me just in a bit come back over this with the speed skim. As long as you're using a speed skim with a metal blade, you're okay. The plastic blades can draw moisture to the surface, and because of the air in the room, it wicks the moisture away, and it actually can dry your wall out quite a lot, or your ceiling out quite a lot. So if you're going to use a speed skim for the second coat, you're going to definitely want to make sure that it has a metal blade. This is actually a good example of using the speed skim. You're going to see here all the lines that are in the ceiling. You're going to see now how easily the speed skim takes them out, and you'll see that it'll maybe leave one or two lines. You can see here just a line either side. But yeah, you can see it went from lots of smaller lines till just one or two big lines, and then we can flatten them out straight away. As you can see, we're not taking anything off the wall, off the ceiling itself. We're just using the speed skim to flatten it down. We'll get our trowel and then we'll just flatten down them sort of bigger lines that you see. and we're just going to follow the same pattern with the walls. So when I'm skimming, I'll follow a certain pattern. So I'll always start on the same place on a ceiling or on a wall. I'll always start on the first wall or ceiling that I put on, I come back and trowel up that one first. And it's a good way to keep yourself right. It means that the stuff that's setting the fastest is the stuff that you come back to first, which is important. It helps you keep ahead of the stuff. So when we finish throwing everything on and straighten it with our speed skim, what we're going to do is we're going to come straight back while the stuff is still soft, and we're going to use our trowel and we're going to then flatten it in again. Doing this is a good way to make sure that it's completely flat and nice. The speed skim leaves like little lines and stuff on the wall, and you don't want them at all. You want to make sure that you come back and flatten everything out. On this pass, we will actually walk the ceiling, so this is where we walk back and forward. You can see here I'm adding a little bit of moisture. It's just because you see that I've closed the window, but this ceiling was just taken up a little bit, so basically that's what I'm doing. So this is actually the step I call cutting my ceilings. You can see the difference between what I'm doing and what has already been done. You can see the stuff that's been done is like a matte, a little bit of a little tiny bit of a shine, but like it's a different color. It's like lighter. And what we're doing is we're using our brush to manipulate the surface of the plaster, bring the moisture to the surface, and then we're using good pressure with our trowel, and we are cutting into the plaster, cutting all the big lumps and bumps and wavy parts. We're cutting them all out of the ceiling, and this is a good way to make sure everything's dead on. A good thing about doing it this way is that once I've cut it, I actually only need to give it one last trowel. If you were to do it the other way with just like a rigid trowel from start to finish, you would probably have another 2 steps after this one. So we only have another one, and it cuts down the time that we're actually troweling up the ceilings, which does help massively. So this is the final step. Again, we're wetting the surface of the plaster. This is to help our trowel slide smoothly and not get any juddering, which is where your trowel leaves like, they look like train tracks a little bit, where the plaster just hops over the surface, the trowel hops over the surface of the plaster. This trowel, on this trowel, because it's a flexi, we can put a good heavy angle on it and put lots of pressure, and you can see it just leaves a lovely shine on the wall. I found that this flexi, this is a Rufina Super Flex 2, and it's 18-inch. It's the best that I found for it. I haven't used any of the Nala Flexi trowels, but I find this one really good. This brush and trowel, you can get both of them from my Amazon affiliate links, and they're in the description. This has been a little bit of a different video. I've had a few people ask me to just do a video of me going through the whole process from start to finish, and I decided to try this video. I spent probably about an hour and a half editing this video, because to make it like all the footage that I had was roughly around 4 hours long. So to make everything fit into around an hour long video, I had to cut out all the excess stuff, like me walking back and forward to water buckets and walking back and forward to get skim from the bucket, stuff like that there. So that's how I managed to fit it all into one video. But if you've enjoyed it, I would appreciate you subscribing and hitting the thumbs up.
Okay guys, so we had a little bit of messing about this morning. We're trying to get everything ready. And basically all we got done was that ceiling, this ceiling, the wee hallway ceiling, and then the two opposites in this room. I was hoping to get the opposites on in the other room as well, but I didn't manage to get it done. It's now 3 o'clock, which is too late for me to put on another hit. I don't want to stay late tonight, so I'm just going to go home now. Tomorrow, basically what we're going to be doing is the first hit, we're going to take the majority of the walls in that other room and the majority of the walls in this room, first hit, and then second hit we're going to do the window walls, and then maybe a couple of walls out here in the hall. Yeah, and then that leaves us a half a day here on Wednesday. But first on Wednesday we're actually heading to another job which is just one wall. We're going to go and we're going to dope the skim up on that job. We're going to do that one wall, and then we're going to come back here and do the last two landing walls. Now we've SBR'd all these walls so we don't have to PVA them in the morning, and we're going to come in, we're just going to get stuck in. I would like to maybe stay a bit later tomorrow night and get those landing walls on as well, so that I can have a half day on Wednesday, but I'll just see how it goes. But that's going to do it for this week's video. I fell a little bit behind. I had a week off. I was doing a bit of work on my own house, so the videos aren't going to stop, but YouTube's the monthly subscription, they'll fall a week behind, but we're going to make it up. Yeah, if you want to support me, subscribe on YouTube. There's 3 different tiers. The first tier gets you badges, all that sort of stuff. The second one gets you early access to all the videos that you're going to see. We're about 2 weeks ahead at the moment. And then we have the third tier, which you'll get exclusive video. It's the same video that you'll get in Patreon, so depending on which one you want to do, go ahead. I have my buy me coffee links in the description. Go over and check out my gaming channel as well. It's just Danny Surgenor. I'm posting regular videos to that channel as well. And then go to my Amazon affiliate links. All the tools, everything that I use, all the trowels, everything basically is in the affiliate link. You click on the link, you buy the tool, I get a small percentage. Even if you don't go on to buy the tool but go buy something else within 24 hours, I'll still get a small percentage, and it really does help support me. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.